shortcuts. L.A., both of those cities struggle. Sucks dick. I still remember having to shoplift cigarettes and fucking, take a soda from the gas station and shit.
Yeah.
That's when you have to, the checks would come out at 5 at the Comedy Store. I'd be there at 4:30. Like, just whistling and shit, like, can't wait to get that $75 check. I'm gonna go to Wendy's and get the fuck. Yeah.
I don't think you knew what time the checks came out.
Yeah, the checks would have been up to 2, from 2 to 5. And the mailman came every day at 12:35. I was out at attention at 12:20 in case he got lost or somebody tried to kidnap him.
Oh my God. Did they start to like expect you?
Oh my God, when I lived on Gardner or Schrader, I don't know, where would Ralphie live? That same building. The mailman knew us by first name. If I got a check, the mailman wouldn't just put it in my box. He'd knock on Ralphie's door and say, I'm saving Joey the suspense.
Wait, you were getting mail at Ralphie's house?
No, because I was getting mail there. At somebody's house. Somebody in that building, I was getting my mail there.
Right.
For the longest time. For years, I was getting my mail there. I can't remember whose box it was. It was either Celine's, Gavin's, fucking Jody's, it could have been Ralphie's.
Right.
So I would be there, I knew them, and he was Filipino. So I knew his schedule.
That's amazing.
You think I'm fucking kidding you? He would tell me when he was going to be there next week. Like, I'm going on vacation, boop, boop, boop. I will not be here, so the other guy come late, so just to let you know. But I'd be fucking waiting there. It was always this, and people would say to me, you get the check? I don't know. But if you're not out here, you won't get dick, right or wrong. If I didn't get a check, I'd go hustle. And I'd go put the day together, well, I got $8, I mean, at least get a Chinese lunch. I was waiting for 35. And dog, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. A lot of times I wasn't getting a check, and a check would come from something I didn't even expect.
How good does that feel when you get a surprise check?
Oh my God. I still remember being broke and I had to get a plane ticket. And I went downstairs and I guarantee Terry didn't check the mail. This one, me and Terry lived together because I was getting mail at 2 places for a long time. And I'll never forget going downstairs, and we had just gotten married. We were moving to the valley, and I needed money. And I went downstairs. Remember when The Sopranos stopped in 2007 or 9? HBO put a box set out, and in the front they put the Mad TV sketch. So they paid me for that.
Nice.
And I'll never forget going downstairs expecting a dick day and opening up my thing and there was like a check for $2,400.
Oh, shit.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like at 9:30? No, I was clean then. I was clean, spotless clean. But I still remember going to Celine's after the Comedy Store one night, 10 o'clock at night, and trying to like, no money, and Celine going, Joey, go over there, you got a check in the mail. No, you got something in the mail. And I went over and there was a letter that was already open, and it was that dude that became a comedian. They took all his movies away. He used to have a reality show on Fox, and I did the episode 4. I played a pizza guy. Yes, Jamie Kennedy Experiment.
Oh shit, okay.
I did episode 4 or 5 or some stupid shit.
That must have been a while ago. I remember that show.
So that was 2001 or 2.
Jesus.
The show was a hit.
Right.
But they couldn't shoot the episodes fast enough. So they kept re-showing mine.
Nice.
And I'll never forget it. 10 o'clock at night, I'm like, man, the night's done. It looks like I'm going home. Celine's like, go over there. There's something over there for you. And it came open. I remember going in there with 2 checks for $650 a day's pay. And I ran to the fucking check cashing place on my old house in Hollywood.
Right.
I basically ran up there. Because I thought they closed. They didn't. They were open 24 hours. I was pissed.
They get one?
Yeah, because I had to catch the coke dealer. He closed at 1, so I ran over there. But I got my checks cashed. But that's great. Even now, like my residual checks, like when I look up, my wife doesn't deposit 1 anymore. She waits till I get 10 of them.
Okay.
And she deposits all 10 of them at once. And I wish I could read you guys the amounts I get. You would die. Like it starts like at 1 penny, 3 pennies, 18 cents, $92. Then it goes back to 4.21, 5.18, $320, 28 cents, 22 cents. Like so, if 10 checks come, 2 of them will be worth cashing. There's 3 of them that my wife will sit there and look at and go, why would they send you a check for this fucking amount?
I was just gonna ask, like, the stamp makes it not even worth it. Why not just direct deposit into your account?
Point in my life where I get them every fucking day.
Yeah.
I get them every day for a show I did 30 fucking years ago. Now they air it in Japan. And they send me like those are the good ones. When you get the white envelope with the red paperwork.
Oh.
But that's when you're like, oh shit.
What's the red paperwork?
The red paperwork is international and shit. Great Poupon and shit.
Do they pay you even though you're not talking? Like, do they dub over you?
Yeah, they come over you, but they show
They
you.
still pay you?
Those checks are 21 cents. When I open those up, I'm like, what, bitches? You open them up, 21. The other day I had like, yeah, I'm not lying to you. I must have got 9 checks. My wife deposited them one day last week. Because I just put them on the thing when I get them.
Right.
And then I go to sag.org. You go to sagactive.org, and they'll tell you what's coming, the date it's coming, and what's in process. So I thought, when I had nothing, I lived on that website.
Just sitting refreshed all day.
Every Sunday at 6 o'clock, they refreshed it.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so they would start on Sunday at 6 o'clock, and it would tell you when your checks were going to be there, when they were going to get mailed out. So on those days, I already had that money spent. George, I'm coming over at 1 to pick up an eighth. Dog, let's go get some Chinese at 1. All right, then we'll go to, what's his name? Get an eighth of weed, then we'll go to Ricky Cruz, pick him up and get high.
Did you have it on your calendar? Like, check
No,
for
I-
$5.
You don't put nothing in your account. It's all in the coca.
It's all there?
But in those days, the checks were heavy.
Right.
Those checks were like 333, 682, because it was the top of the tier. It was 20 years ago.
Right.
So I'd be just parked out there like a child. And when he would come, I'd be like, oh shit. And when I went in there, if that check wasn't there for some reason, there was one check that didn't come for fucking like a week. I was pissed. I was on the phone with SAG every day. And because of that, until this day, I still have the number you call when you're missing a check. I never got rid of that number.
Oh my God.
That number's been in this phone since 2002 because I lost a check for like 500. I had like 9 checks sent to me. That's the funny thing about that. That week was my biggest payoff ever at that time. I had like 9 checks sent to me. All the checks were over $50. But the one I was waiting for was that. In my world, I got every check except the $500. And I had to wait 30 days to file a fucking complaint.
Oh, no.
And then once you file a complaint, it takes another 120 days to process. So kiss that check goodbye. But what a lot of people don't know, I'm going to drop it on you right now, if you live in, especially if you live in Hollywood, because those motherfuckers are treacherous. Once a year, I would drive down to SAG after SAG. I would go to SAG first, go upstairs and say, can I please get the box of checks that got returned? Oh my God. Oh my God.
It was your checks that never got sent to you or
They
delivered?
got sent to my fucking address. But for some reason, they didn't deliver them. No, you don't live here no more. Shit like that with when they put the arrow backwards on your shit. Yeah, and I would go, what the fuck? I live there. And then they would have it like an address in like Jersey. Like they went online for that, and they come up with, like, why would you send this to Fairview, New Jersey? What's the address we had? No, you didn't. I live in LA. Why would I put fucking a North Bergen address? Like, that's what they would do to me. So you go down there and come home with like 800. What?
Oh, God.
But you had to wait once a year. Like, you had to, like, you know, because if you went every other week, you look like a fucking pauper.
Well, I was going to say.
But the after department always fucked up your checks. And this is what pissed me off about those motherfuckers.
What they do?
They always got the address to bill you, correct? Not a poop. All their bills always come back without the hand. Everything else came back. Then another motherfucker. They dig through the computer. and look for your old addresses and send them there on purpose. So, because after 90 days, the check is null and void.
You think it's a scam? Dude, I wouldn't be surprised.
What do you think you're dealing with, Joey Bananas? I finally had to figure when you're broke,
Right.
you figure that type of shit out. You're like, how come they didn't lose any other check but my big one
Right.
for 120 fucking days? Maybe the production company, who the fuck is, you know, but the production company has to send a check to SAG. SAG recuts the check and sends it to
Are you serious?
Yeah. Very seldom do you get a check from the production. Every once in a while. Those are the mistakes I would get.
Right.
Checks from production companies that would send them to you. And look, when you're broke, you know all the protocols. So when you do a commercial, you get a check within 30 days. They suck dick. But if you do a TV or a film, you should be getting your money in 10 days.
Whoa.
So now you signed the paperwork and you gave the control of your agency to take that check. Well, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna deposit it and tell you they never got dick. I would have the producers on the other line and go, listen, before you say what you're gonna say, I want you to think about what you're gonna say. You better think about what you're gonna say. I got, what's your name? Liam. I got Liam from Partners, whatever that's a new company, just came to New Jersey. Entertainment Partners. Liam, tell my manager when he sent the check. You know, June 1st. It's July fucking 1st. Why don't I have my check? Well, we never got it. Liam, did they get it? They got it. You should see how many people I caught in that. They sent it. And then I found out they were sending the checks after 3 days. Like if you shot and you caught the fucking pay period right, like if you shot on a Tuesday, you get a check on Friday. Your agent would sit for a month and a half. Listen, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you an extra 2%. Just mail me the check when I get it, because I'm over here starving.
2%.
Yeah, whatever. Why you?
A lot of percent.
What are they gonna make on $600? Oh, yeah, that's $600 check. That's scale.
Yeah, but what about if you think they're doing this with you? I was just thinking about the
Hello, and you have 200 fucking clients.
What about the people who are on like, you know, like those shows that are on for 10, 20 years? If you're getting these kind of checks, they must be getting 50 checks a day. Like those people who are on movies or shows forever.
Yes.
Holy
It's
shit.
a fucking scam. It's a fucking scam. Yeah.
That's
There was a part 15 years ago where I went to this agency, and one day I would sit on SAG every fucking Sunday. 6 o'clock. I don't give a fuck what's going on. You got a computer? Yeah. Okay. 6:01. I'm on SAG. I would see like 20 checks came. So I called SAG, and I'm like, hey, you know, my ID number, date of birth, whatever the fuck you need, address. You sent those checks to me, but I haven't got one of them. They're like, hold on. And they were like, no, we sent them to your agent. And I go, why would you do that? And they go, because they have a release. I ran to that agent. I go, dog, where's my money? And they're like, what money? And I go, let's go to the computer, this money. They're like, oh yeah, we take that. We take 10%. And I go, you didn't book that.
Oh no.
You didn't book that. I'll take you to fucking court right now. You better undo that. Well, you signed the agreement. I don't give a fuck what I signed. How can you take commission on a job? You never fucking booked.
How did they even get a check for something they didn't book? That's crazy.
They took that thing when I signed on with them.
Right.
Whatever I was signing, they took and sent it to fucking SAG.
Jesus.
And I called my lawyer. He goes, no. They put that in after the paper. Because I always wanted that shit by my lawyer at the time. Always. You know, the guy from Goonies. Fucking Ralphie's lawyer.
Oh, they added something to your contract after you signed it?
They would send that paperwork in. They would forge it. Look, these motherfuckers, you gotta watch your paper,
Bro.
motherfucker. People think it's just, and you see Jay-Z jumping up and down in Paris. Even that guy's gonna watch his money.
Yeah.
I don't care what level of entertainment you are or whatever. You have to watch your fucking paper constantly.
And that's so sad for a guy like me who's like home.
everything, and you're like, oh yeah, the spotlight is great. And meanwhile, they're eating lobster tails.
Yeah. Like, are you talking about like paying their regular bills? I don't understand that at all. How hard is it to
You
hit
are
auto pay?
so fucking tied up as an entertainer. There's a lot of people who are in comedy or acting or music that listen to this. There's a level that you get to, it's $60,000 a year. People are gonna try to rob you at every, it's like I feel bad for like, what about the guy caught that was my Apple guy?
Oh yeah.
Remember with the missing hand?
Mhm.
This motherfucker, no wonder he had a missing hand. Somebody cut it off from stealing.
Oh no.
We gotta take him to court. You don't wait for what he settled for. It was like he was just, but I could feel it because when we didn't have the podcast, the numbers were great, and all of a sudden the podcast booming, everything's selling except my CDs. Are you fucking stupid? And we kept asking him, oh no, sales have been down. I do Rogan. I remember those days. That first album I did live at fucking the Three Aces.
Yeah,
You
your
know
clubs.
that? I remember nobody even fucking talked to me back then. I'd done the longest show I was due. Talked me into doing a CD for his company. I put that thing on Apple. I think I sold 3 of them in 5 years. I swear to God. One night I'm having dinner in Vegas, and my text goes off, and it's that guy. And he goes, I'm sending you a check for $1,900. And I fucking got up and called him. I go, what are you talking about? And the checks are always $9, $8.50. And he goes, I don't know. You did something, and all your CDs sold out or something. Well, I've done on Rogan.
Oh, okay.
Every time I
Early
went on
on.
those shows in those days, they bought everything. And he kept, so after that, I went on Rogan 25,000 times. And he's telling me, oh, he just sold 3 CDs. So I signed with that dude, and I said, look into that. This motherfucker came back and goes, dog, this motherfucker, no wonder he's got a missing hand.
That's
And I could
crazy.
tell because he started dating a young girl. And when I met him, he had like a shitty car. And when I met him the second time, he had a convertible Audi.
Like, don't go from a shitty car to an Audi.
Yeah, you don't go from a shitty car to a convertible Audi. So I knew something was not right. And then the chick broke his heart. He went deep. He had to go to psychotherapy, sell the car, reminded him of her and shit. I wish I was lying to you guys. It was not good.
Was he stealing the money to pay for stuff for the girl?
I think he was just stealing the money to impress the girl.
And
You're
like,
gonna get that a lot. I was with an agency once that he didn't rob me, but there was an agent that seemed very nice. And one day I heard they took him out of there with handcuffs. He was bro, there's 1,000 ways to rob a client.
and what do you think? Do you think it's just so easy for them that they're never gonna notice? It's just too much
Okay,
temptation,
you sign with a manager,
right?
and the guy sells you on, we take care of everything.
That's it.
Okay. We get your plane tickets, hotels, rental cars. You give me a card. 3 years, nothing ever happened. Then one day they got an assistant. You know?
Right. Okay.
Now he's got access to your cards. Now you're seeing bowling, $89. You haven't bowled since high school. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. That's how it starts. And if they're gonna work bowling once or twice, then they'll take them for dinner. Then they'll take them for another dinner. And then next thing you know, you're financing plane tickets to Alaska. It's never happened to me. But it's happened to 3 or 4 comics I know.
Is that because you have your wife, like, to help you in a lot of ways that a lot maybe that some other comics
No,
don't?
that taught me that I would book my own plane tickets even
Oh, the
today.
plane tickets. Yeah.
Even today, I still look at my own plane tickets and book. Even today, I do all that shit.
And obviously not.
I don't have the heart to go, Lee, do me a favor, get me a plane, then you have to call me back. And go, well, there's a 7:30, a 9:30, and a 11:30. All right, what time do we get back? Sunday, and then you call me back. Well, the 7:30 is not a event. I can't do that to a human being. That's
Right.
just not, that's just stupidity.
And is it
That's
really?
just stupidity. I can't do that, go back and forth to a fucking stupid fucking plane ticket.
It takes
Just
longer.
think of it. It takes a lot longer.
And then, like,
It takes too much of my time. That's why people say to me, how come you never got an assistant? Because by the time I taught you the method, you're gonna have a fucking heart attack. Because there's no method, it's just hustle. It's just get on the computer, do this, you're looking at dates, you gotta check the hotel to see if they got a midnight room service. That's the first thing I look at. You go to Boston and shit. You gotta have something for me to eat. How many times you go back to a hotel? You starve. They got potato chips.
They know about everything. Even nice hotels have nothing.
Forget it. I want to see the menu. I want to see the late night menu. It's always gonna have a stupid fucking cheeseburger. You know that. They're always gonna have a warm chocolate chip cookie, which I don't know why. I would just get one cookie. Tell me I got a bag of Chips Ahoy for the small 20. Bring it up. Bring it up. Why you know what I'm saying? Like, wait till somebody opens up one of those hotels that you fucking pick your own midnight menu, like a prison menu. You send them at 11. You look at your remote, what's coming on? The Twilight Zone, fucking Eyes Wide Shut.
Right.
I'm up till 4. Fucking okay. Let me get a salami sandwich with bologna and fucking American cheese, lettuce, mustard. Put the mayonnaise under the fucking whatever, because I want the mustard on the salami. You know, and you sit there like Norton eating fucking that. I just, and you know what, guys? I swear to my mercy, none of the 10 times, I don't eat. But I just want to know, if I can't sleep and I roll a joint and I go downstairs at 2 in the morning, when I go down to smoke that joint, I'm thinking about that. I already looked at the menu. I already know what I'm going to order. This is just kicking up those taste buds a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I know. I mean, you haven't been on the road that much in the last year or so, but I've been out and like not at shitty hotels. Even if they have restaurants, they're not usually open all night. There's almost nothing.
That's what I'm fucking saying to you. That's why I'd rather pick a hotel that has a late night.
Right? No, I got it.
What am I talking to my fucking self here?
No, I know that's what you want, but I don't know how many of them you're gonna find. Plus,
You're not gonna find those.
when we're talking,
It's a W, Four Seasons,
right?
maybe a Marriott. But you gotta look at the fine print with the other hotels because they'll throw curveballs at you.
What do they do?
It's like frozen pizza. And shit like that. We have pizza. We have burritos. You're like, oh. Then you get there. But let me tell you something. If there's anything I miss from LA, it's a lot of food, but I could go for 2 of those frozen burritos. Bodega, 2 of those bean and cheese motherfuckers.
You mean 7-Eleven? What are you talking about?
Not 7-Eleven, like one of those Mexican places that had those little frozen burritos.
I didn't know they had those.
Fuck yeah. Even the fucking fruit, like the little,
Yeah.
a little meat, a little fucking, well, I would never do the pork, I ain't gonna lie to you, but it's so crazy how, as a comic, as an entertainer, you think, wow, once I get up there, my life's gonna ease up. Fuck you! You gotta work harder, you gotta keep your eyes more open, you gotta watch more shit, and that's where the mental stress comes from. It's not just writing jokes anymore.
Right.
You know, when that agent calls you and says, hey, how you doing? Good. Listen, I got a great date for you. July 24th, 25th, and 26th. And you're like, okay. And you take it. And you get there and it's like, man, you should have been here last weekend. People were everywhere. This is Black Biker and Midget Parade weekend. And you're like, ooh, that's
No one comes out
you know
that
what I'm saying?
weekend.
Why did I come here? And then you don't know, so you don't even go, hold on 1 second. Let me see if they have a direct flight.
Right.
You don't know, you say, yeah, ready, they sign the thing, and all of a sudden you're like, direct flight, you gotta fly to Mongolia, and then back to fucking Newark, and then up to Canada. You know, you don't know these things.
Right.
You get burnt like 4 or 5 times, like, I'm not saying yes, ever. I'll call you back in 5 minutes. I'm at a computer, I'm checking the hotels, I'm checking the late night menu, I'm checking the fucking Ubers. You have to check everything. Because then they'll get you okay, and then you get there, it's an hour from the hotel. They're only paying you $500.
Right.
It just costs you $75 each way. That's $150 out of $500. You don't know this shit. So there comes a time you have to check everything. You learn it. And then one day you make a checklist. Fuck it. I'll call you back in 10 minutes.
Right.
Why? Because I gotta cover my bases too. I gotta check to see if it's a midget funeral or some shit before I go there.
That's smart.
Because if not, that's what they keep saying that shit to you. Last week, the helicopters are dropping people off. There was people everywhere coming to the shows, and you're like,
Meanwhile, you have 10 people at your show or
yeah,
something.
you got 8 people, and one of them's a half a midget.
Yeah, it's because you were talking about like managers doing it for you, and like I know you were busy, and I know there's people who are very busy. But do you really think there's someone you're that busy that you can't book a flight? Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like that I couldn't in the back of an Uber, and I know it's like I can, but I don't want to. But that doesn't make
Am I a
sense.
control freak for doing that, or do I just want to know what I'm walking into? I want to know what I'm walking into. What if all this shit, if we go back and forth for 2 hours, I get up, I go to Newark, and you're like, no, it was LaGuardia.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you follow all this shit? That's why I don't like it. You want to do business, you call me. You want to show me your titties? Text me. Okay? You want to say good morning? Text me. Anything business-wise, jump on the fucking call. So there's no misunderstandings. Get on the fucking call. Get on the call.
But then do you ever worry people are gonna like say that you said something you didn't, or they're gonna say they didn't say something?
Write it down. You have to take notes when you talk to these people. Do I have a hotel? No. Confirmed. Okay. How far from the airport to the thing? Oh, it's about 2 hours. Is somebody gonna pick me up? No, don't even ask. Just assume. What time is the club manager gonna pick me up?
Got it.
Oh, we don't do that. No. Oh shit, you don't? Okay. I gotta text out and you won't because you want the gig. But then
Right.
they'll keep doing that to you, and then the word gets out. Now you're half a fag. Now you're driving from airport to airport. So these are things I learned, and I didn't care because I did comedy for 9 years. But after 9 years, I got into the comedy store. Once I got into the comedy store, listen, here's the deal. I'll take the cheap payment, but you gotta take a little fucking care of me. I'm not up here playing a fucking violin or an harmonica or putting a fucking wig on. I'm one of the Marines. I may not be a big timer today, but I'm gonna be somebody. So you wanna take care of me today. And that's what you have to tell these people. If not, you could sit at home and do the comedy show.
Right.
Or Stand, or Gotham, or whatever your home is. Once you're confident, you're like, what am I losing out on these idiots for?
Was it hard to make the jump from like doing comedy and then like making it a business? Like to change that mindset?
Because how many times can you get fucking ass?
A lot.
There's,
Just about to go take
you've been jealous.
You gotta say that for how you gotta go get it.
Jealous.
No, she has to go back to
Constantly.
laundry.
Still till today.
Yeah.
One kid. Yeah, one kid.
As a
She
Spanish
said,
kid,
she said
when I
something
was
about, oh, I
like in
forgot
sixth or
to
seventh
say
grade,
something like that.
I used to get so jealous. I'd light curtains on fire and stupid shit like that.
Okay. I never lit anything on fire, but
And then I
Yeah,
got that Cuban machismo to me. And I knew that wouldn't work in the real world. Like I just knew it. So I had to lose those type of emotions for me to move forward as a man. You know? With comedy, you never really know. You never really know. But then again, I've always been a savage. I became a super savage when I got off the cocaine. And I started looking at life at what the fuck are we doing? What is the most important thing at my age? Is it doing this? Is it doing that? No, it's trying to become a person, trying to get some money. Everybody has money in the bank. At 45, I had no money in the bank. I had $21 one day, we had $112 the next. Then I'd jump it up again to $38.50 because I had to deposit my SAG checks in there. And then one day, my wife, it was about 5 years in, my wife asked me to look at my schedule. And she goes, let me see your schedule. And she goes, why are you doing that game? That one, that one. And she goes, I want you to cancel that, that. You're just killing yourself to live. It's not worth it. You have the comedy store. You always have the comedy store. You're doing these gigs. Some of them you make money, but you're losing money.
right.
Between the gas, your time, the drive, the tolls, you're losing money. And then I just applied it to everything. Movies, TV, life. It's a fucking discipline in a way where what's the most important thing to you? To me at the time was becoming a great comic. So when you asked me to go to do something stupid,
Chicken cutlets.
I don't have time for that.
You mean stupid like
Anything
people or
waste of my time
Right.
compared to what I could be doing at night. My daytime, I don't give a fuck what I'll do whatever you want in the daytime. But if it's between me getting on stage or me going to something that you and your friends are going to waste time, even though you're a comic. And then I just wait for you to come to me one day and go, man, my career, But you had the time to go to a Yankee game and jump up and down 3 nights in a row for the World Series. Who gives a fuck? You could have watched it at home and done your spots. These guys were there that night, watching crowd. Now, then you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying the Yankees. I mean anything.
No, I totally get it.
Movies, anything. Like that was, like it becomes a business.
What
You know, I see
y'all
these
doing?
comics that think that they're gonna go on stage and
He
say
can
something
wait, or he can have
so
some rice with
disgusting
nuggets or something.
or so off color, they're gonna piss the audience off and walk out. Okay, again, what's that expression? You won the war, but you lost the battle.
Other way around.
You won the battle, but you lost the war.
Right.
That's what you just did. This is a business. So why am I going up there and trying to piss my audience off?
Right. It's crazy when people do that.
Okay, so there's all these things that you start looking at things and going, I'm getting too old for this dumb shit. Hold on, let me cut my beard off and leave side chops and cut an eyebrow off. You could just be funny and write a joke.
Right.
So after a while, you just learn how to trim the fat off. And then you trim it off for life. And that's when it gets fucking really fun. That's when it gets really fun.
Why?
Because 2 nights ago, I was talking to George. I swear to my mother's grave.
I got to cut this out.
I did the show on the 27th.
You know me.
And today's the 29th. I'm 62 years old, and I'm like,
The heat that killed me earlier.
the rent is due.
And that little
62.
AC.
I don't even pay rent.
Nah, I realize this morning
I pay
killed me.
taxes. But in my mind,
I mean,
in my
this morning.
mentality,
Huh? I don't know. That
it's
means this
Saturday
morning
night,
killed
the
me.
rent is due. I swear to God, between me watching the UFC, that's how my mentality is. Like I was like, I got time to watch this shit. And I'm like, yeah, I got paid last night. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind today, I'm like, tomorrow the rent is due. Chop chop, motherfucker, because Friday's the 4th. And what do you, that means it's a double banger. It's like Christmas and New Year's. You ain't got time. You ain't got time to bleed, bitch. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the truth. And George was talking to me about something. I go, rent is due on Tuesday, George, right? And the conversation ended. That's it. That's all we need to talk about right now. The rent is due. You got the Yankees or not? You got the Red Sox, you got the over, because everything else is nonsense. Everything else is nonsense.
But look, what? And I'm not saying I disagree with you. But when you say that to people, I know people will say to you, "Yeah, but you gotta live life. You gotta go to a game."
Yeah, good. Let me know. Let me know when you're paying your minimum payment on your credit card. You could have been doing something. Because there's nothing worse. I'm dealing with somebody right now who had a huge opportunity to do a ton of things. You know, and he's crying. He's crying a lot because he wasted time. And there's nothing like wasting fucking time. Okay? There's nothing, and there's nothing worse than being my age and going, fuck, I should have took that job in 92. Right now I'm starving because I didn't take that job in 92. I made a mistake 30 years ago that I'm suffering for right now. And we all think we're cute. Yeah, I got a couple thousand in the bank. I'm gonna take a couple of days off, buy some drinks, get a hat, make believe I'm somebody I'm fucking not. And you come back and what happens? Your car explodes.
Alexa, back room light white.
Your fucking car explodes.
Or you lose the job.
There goes you, and you lost your job because you can't get to your fucking, you can't get there unless you got a fucking Chinese guy and you're gonna whip with a rickshaw. You know what I'm saying? So now you're like, that shit don't, bro. I still take the shit. That's why I take these fucking gigs. Because I don't want to be 65 and Mercy can't have a bicycle. And I'm like, fuck. They offered me Atlantic City, but I had an ego. There ain't no ego when you got a kid.
Right.
There ain't no ego.
You'd have to fuck up pretty bad for Mercy not to be able
How
to
many
just
times you
like.
go to a strip club and ask those women's are fucking moms? They got a stretch mark, they got a half a titty, the drug dealer father stabbed them. They're there, selling that ass. Do you think that's what they want to do? No, they grew up in 18 at time going, I don't want to go to college, I want to be a stripper and have some chubby guy named Joey stab me in the ass and, you know, suck dick. No, but they had a kid, they made a mistake. And now they gotta make 2 mistakes.
Got it.
You're already fucked up with the kid. You let some guy, ratio, you know. And now he's nowhere to be found. This little fuck. You know what I'm saying? He went back to Saudi Arabia, wherever the fuck.
Horatio from Saudi Arabia?
ICE took him. I don't fucking know. With your luck, ICE will take you back. You know, you fall in love and everything is great. You meet at Hudson County Park to eat corn. And all of a sudden, ICE is selling it to you and shit over there.
Dude, you have a whole like life invented for this couple.
That's ICE selling corn over in Hudson County right now.
Oh.
I drove by, they got a little net. They hit. Last time I was hiding there, it was when Bernard King was playing basketball at the court. You can see him. They even have a sign now that says, "Come get the corn." That means that ICE is by that corn machine waiting like a motherfucker. They're in that fucking jungle, that little lake over there, like Rambo in part 2 when he came out of the mud and he stabbed the Russian in the neck.
ICE is hiding in the mud.
Dog, you want to make a bonus? That's all you got to do is call ICE and go to Hudson County Park on Sunday. They're all up there playing soccer. Just bring the big bus. Bring the big bus and shit. No, they don't play no more bocce. They took the court down. No, it's over. They don't play bocce no more. It was on Bergenland. They took it off. Yeah, fucking 15 years ago. Where you been? Across the street from Jan Michael Vincent, from Vincent Bicycles. Get it together, George. Come on. We're here today. We're live. It's fucking wherever the fuck we are. But yeah, that's it. They're hiding in Hudson County. I saw them today. They had the
You run
trees.
it out.
They got the Subarus down on
Why were you hiding in the park?
Huh?
Why were you hiding in the park?
Different purposes.
What's up?
I can't believe you're driving around just like
I'm
reminiscing
looking for
about, oh, I was hiding in that
I don't
park.
want to go to jail, but I've been driving around looking for ICE. I see where they're going to be this week. They're going to be down by me, so I went for a little ride today looking for them.
I'm
What's
lying.
my
Why are you
favorite
testing
thing?
ICE?
I'm not
Give it
texting
back.
them.
No, testing.
No.
I want to see them in
You don't
action.
read.
I want to see how they do it.
Yeah!
Driver's
You don't
license
read.
says fucking Chad Johnson.
Don't sign out.
Now we're looking at
That's
the
crazy.
collective.
No.
You know
Calories.
what, man? We haven't discussed
The
what we
calories.
experienced Thursday and Friday nights. We had a nice. Listen, man, I
Salt,
didn't have the set I wanted to have,
Sodium
but everything
and
else
sugar.
was so fucking great. Our families met. We had 8 different families there, 22 different generations. You know, it was just. I would have had food if I would have known. I would have had nice catered afterwards, ziti. Next time, now we know. What a fucking great theater.
Dude, it
It's
was.
really greatly.
Well, I appreciate that. I didn't feel like I had to set, because let's back up for people like who don't know. You did Prudential. Well, Thursday we always have a great time at the dojo.
At J-Pack, we did
Yeah.
the dojo
But
Thursday as a
Fri-
walnut with warm-up.
Yeah.
A walnut. A warm-up, which is always, it's a great little room.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everybody has a good time. He puts out food. You know, I forget what his name is. It always
Mike at the dojo.
Mike Dojo.
But-
That's his name on my phone. Mike Dojo. So,
But Friday is what we were talking about. We did Prudential Hall at NJ Pack, which
hold on.
I'm sorry.
Thursdays are something special over there.
Oh, dude, it was an
Becoming
amazing show.
something very nice over there. It's gonna be hot in the summer. You know, I'm getting the surgery. For you guys who keep saying, why does Joey have a Band-Aid? Every week I get 3 people. Why do you have a Band-Aid? Because it doesn't fit on my asshole. How's that? I got an extra Band-Aid. I got to no, because I got a fucking thing in my ear. So tomorrow, July 1st, they're gonna rip it out, shoot Botox in my ear to kill the hair underneath that's all infected. Then they're gonna fucking take skin off my leg. No, they're gonna stitch it. So this side's gonna be a little pulled up. So this side's been fucked up. Now this side is, it's gonna be like, I'm thinking about suicide,
Curious.
but I haven't written the letter yet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The early stages.
so that's fucking tomorrow. For you people who are concerned about Uncle Joe's aging little heart. My heart's fucking great shape. Even Moop has been sending me messages that my resting heartbeat is going down, that my cardiovascular is off the system. It is. I'll tell you guys later. I can't brag because you're
Okay.
going karate chop me and shit.
That's awesome.
And then next Thursday, they're gonna yank out this tooth, and this cocaine thing. So this is gonna be out of commission for the whole weekend of the 11th. That's why I'm going to see Theo on the 9th in Philadelphia, because that's my last rah-rah night. And Thursday there's jiu-jitsu guys coming in to do a seminar. So at first I thought it was Thursday the 10th, but it works out it's July the 11th. So they're gonna rip this tooth out, these, and they're gonna put a set of braces like Jelly Roll for like a month. And then in September they're gonna put this row in, and then in like November they're gonna put this row in the teeth, and by December I could eat fucking spare ribs.
Congratulations. Are you looking forward to it?
Oh yeah, I've been counting the days. I can't wait till they shoot needles in my mouth and fucking stitches and fucking blood. And the guy's yanking. This is a 62-year-old molar. This ain't coming out with like a little ding, 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 ding.
No.
This is like the guy wears a helmet. He's got like a tow truck, and they put it on there. They gotta keep numbing it. Pull, and it's like fucking pull. And they, what's those two fags in the movie about social media? Facebook?
Oh, the
Remember
social
they rode the
network?
little bike, the whatever twins, the Bobsy twins.
Oh,
Pull.
geez, the Bobsy twins.
Pull, that's me. So
Oh,
that's that cool.
hell
He's a little
no.
Russian guy. He's like 5'2". He's gonna have a hell of a day. And I'm gonna put the seatbelt on the fucking. He's gonna have his foot on my neck.
Roll.
I cannot do this. Keep pushing, Bruno. Keep pushing, Boris.
I'm away from that.
So that's July 11th. So I got a softball tournament that week. I don't even think I'm going down. I'm just gonna rest with like a fucking thing on my head. And then I'm just gonna recuperate for a few weeks, and then we come back in August, like herpes. Bam, it'll be nice and hot. We'll do a couple pop-up shows, and then we're ready for fucking Philly the 27th. And then we pop on a fucking flight. I talked to some people. I'm talking to some people, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna take us right to Fort Lauderdale, drop us off in a helicopter.
No
And I
way.
get dropped off in parachutes.
Oh, am I gonna have like the Israeli flag in my parachute?
He's getting 6 parachutes. One of them is not going to open.
Oh,
we
what
already
it's gonna
know.
be?
We already know that. You can't kill a Jew in this climate. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be something like an Argentinian. We got to bring somebody else for this.
Why does someone have to die?
Because why make it fun? It's like Randy Rhodes. You know what I'm saying? Somebody died. Now we got to do a comedy show. Depressed. No, I'm just fucking with you guys.
I know.
And I don't know the exact dates for the other gigs. I know it's sometime in November. But we have 2 shows in 1 month. It's like Virginia and Maryland. I know it's, I don't know, Harris maybe. Why am I lying to poor people? They're sitting there taking notes going, where are you traveling? I have no idea. Right now I got Philadelphia and Fort Lauderdale. That is it, Jack. And I'm happy about that.
Oh,
It
dude, it's gonna be
came
great.
down. Listen, man, I'm trying my fucking hardest, and it's so weird how after the show, like on the way home, all the material I forgot, just miraculously, started blowing out of my ass. Like, you know, it's such a fucking mind fuck. And you and I were talking about this morning, how I was doing great for like 22 minutes, and I was still stumbling on my lines. I'm like, God damn it, why am I fucking doing this?
It was a 28 and 8. It was a 28 and 8, 28, 60 something, 20.
I mean, I didn't expect to see all those people. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Dude, I didn't.
Those teams of people going up and up. And up.
I didn't even see that.
I hope nobody jumps off this motherfucker. 'Cause,
Huh?
yeah, there was 4 teams. That's a lot of fucking seats. And I'm fortunate. It was in my backyard. There was a lot of New Jersey supporting that night. A lot of love. And I fucking thank them with all my heart. You know, my daughter got to watch it. That picture you sent me, that's a great picture.
Of her watching?
Yeah, her like enthused watching it. I looked at it. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, I can't tell you, knowing you for so long, knowing her since she was a kid, like how cool it was just as, and Terry being there too, but even just like to know what you've done with Mercy, and like because she's come to a few shows, and she always has a lot of fun, and so like,
Yeah, we did. She always.
I like, when she came on stage, I grabbed her, I was like, you can stand right here, and she just loved it.
When I was a kid, my mom had that bar. And when I first got to McKinley, you know, I was like one of the only Cuban kids. And on Fridays, we were supposed to do the ecology club.
Okay.
After school, we were supposed to go to the ecology club, and the other half would have to go to George, the place in Union City that you want to be a play. across from the four-star diner. But what's the Catholic school that's back there? There's a Catholic something back there. There was a church. I think they had Larry McNeil's father there. But behind there was a catechism. So you got to go to that or
Ecology class.
what were we talking about here? I forget. Oh, so on Fridays, I would go to my mother's bar after catechism, and I would always bring 3 kids. And my mother would always go, let them sit at the bar and give them a Coke with a cherry in it. I still talk to 2 of those kids today, and every time at the end of the conversation, they're like, dog, I still remember going up to your mother's bar and sitting at the bar with grown people and feel like an adult for fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I remember walking out of there and going home. The priest told me he went home. He used to go home and beat up his brother because he was just out of fucking principle. I would go home and light him up because I felt like a man. And that's the same thing. You give them that little window of them feeling like an adult. That not even an adult. She knows she's a young woman. She knows it. Give her that feeling. Just for 2 or 3 hours. Then we take it back from her. But she remembers that. She's like, oh, I was out, people were drinking. I smell reefer. You know, she's not fucking stupid. And I don't want her to be raised. I want her to know what this shit is.
Right. And there is a part of that, but I also think, like, she was just so proud of you. Like, she just liked seeing you do your shit. Yeah, she feels like an adult, but I think she is, like, also, like, you know.
She's my daughter. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to hide anything from her. Listen, you don't want to hide shit from your fucking kids. Because you're going to pay for it later on. And they're going to come at you and go, why didn't you ever tell me? And okay, you don't lose the relationship, but somewhere along the line, like, why would you tell me about something like that? Right? Would you be scared? Were you ashamed? Were you... So I wanted to know the truth. The truth and nothing but the truth. When she told me she was talking to her girlfriend on the phone, and she whipped out my book and read the first paragraph to her little 12-year-old friend, and they both started fucking crying.
Oh my God! Hear the thunder, I'm scared.
So what? Cut the lights
I don't
on.
mind. She knows. She's so retarded.
I'm grown and I'm be scared of the thunder.
She said to my wife, read the
Ouch.
Bible. She said to my wife, when I get old, I'm not going
Why would I cut it off when I'm scared?
Just out of nowhere? That's fantastic.
She's like, yeah, when I get old, I'm never going to drink cocaine. And we're like, okay then. Drink cocaine, you know what I'm saying?
What do you say to that?
They took something from it.
From what?
Just, I'm gonna tell you the creepy story, guys. I never told none of you motherfuckers. I went to PS 166, but around the corner, when I was growing up, was PAO. Right on 88th Street in Amsterdam. And you signed up, and some of them taught you how to box, you shot pool, they taught you how to smoke cigarettes. Didn't matter if you were 5 or 6. But one of the earliest things they did was they took us to a trip to the police station. This is when they cared about the kids in the precinct. And what they did was they showed you what a cop did, so as you got older, you were their friend. Why don't they do that today? To save fucking $10.
Do they not do that anymore?
No! Why would they bring a kid to a police station and show them what happens when you go to jail and let them get fingerprints?
Yeah.
Put them in the fucking holding tank. Give them a holding one.
Backroom light
The
blue.
old salami.
Oh, I didn't get a
When
lunch.
they're 6
You
or
don't know I
7.
just turned the
And then
light.
let them
Oh, Alexa,
ask
backroom
stupid
light
fucking
white.
questions. You don't want to scare them straight, but
Alexa,
you were so young.
backroom
you
light
were
white,
way
please.
different. They let you shoot a 22
No, they did not.
into a fucking target. You took the target home
Do
with you.
you?
Bro, I'm not forget this shit. They also gave you like a junior G-Man badge, but they also did a thing about drugs. And at the time, I knew my godfather smoked weed. And you know, they're like, if you know anybody who smokes pot, turn them in. And I'm like, I'm fucking turning my godfather. You fucking get it. So I went home with my mom. I showed my mom the fingerprints and shit. She goes, what they teach you? I like talking about drugs, pot.
Cut that kitchen light off.
No. And like 2 days later, that bitch showed up with fucking baggage. And she had coke, she had weed, she had pills, and a little bit of brown heroin. And she goes, this is what they look like if you want to know, just so you know. Just so nobody else can tell you otherwise. This is what it looks like. If you have any questions, ask them now. And I was like, no. She took them away. And that was it. But it
Damn.
was that, because I was going to be in a bar all the time with her. She owned the bar. So she didn't want you sitting there fucking like a goofball, you know, because you hear things. Unless you're deaf as a child,
Right.
you hear things. You hear, you know, little things. As you get older, they talk without the door being closed. You know, they do certain things, and now you hear things, and now you can't explain them in your head.
Especially with like the internet these days, you can't really hide anything from kids.
No, and you gotta listen. When that little girl told me that she knew about my other daughter, when she told my wife fucking ran upstairs and called me right away. And she's like, she said she had known for 3 or 4 years, 5 years, and never said nothing.
So she just save it for like the right moment?
That's even the creepiest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's fantastic.
And I asked her, she said, I heard you on the phone one time. And I went online and looked it up, and there she was. And I've been to places where people pop up the picture. And I'll go, is that Mercy? And I just look at them and go, no. That's a little girl I bumped into 20 years ago. And she would sit there and see that picture. For her not to say nothing. So she knows, and I wanted her to know. Why are you hiding this shit from your kids for? I can't tell her everything. Like, I'm not gonna show her a fucking dildo. She's 12. I mean, on the way home, I asked if she wanted to go to the strip club.
No, on the way home from what, the show?
Yeah, I've asked her both nights. You want to listen? I know the bartender. I'll give her $15. Just go in there, look around, look at the women, and decide right now what you want to do with your life. And she was like, I already know what they do at a strip club. That's what kids remember. They're not going to remember all the other shit. They remember shit like that. When they're at a bar and their stupid friends like my dad once smoked a vapor. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you about this motherfucker I live with. You know, and that's where they, you know, talk their shit.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a dad that's a fag. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants a dad that's a fag. What'd your dad do? He played with Legos? Yeah. You know, he was a dad. Did he ever bang mom? Did you ever see your mom come out of the bedroom with a wig off her? I told Mercy like 2 years ago, Mercy, can you think I should give mommy some loving today? And she goes, as long as I don't have a sibling the next day.
Oh my god. That's wild.
Yeah, dog, I'm not in that, because the world is quick, and you don't want your kid getting fought. I remember being a kid and people telling me, you don't come yet? And I'm like 7. And they're like, you don't come yet? I'm like, no, what is that? And they're like, stuff comes out of your dick. You can write your name on it. For years, that fucked me. I'm like, I can't wait to be 13 to write and come my name on the wall. And I couldn't even write a letter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, disgusting. But this is the shit older kids tell you. And now you believe that shit.
Oh yeah. Especially.
And now you gotta say it one day in front of me, you're 13. Yeah, I came on the wall and I've been listening, like, shut the fuck up, you idiot. And now, next thing you know, you're on the B team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They move you down, listen, you can hang out with us no more till you get your shit together.
Sent down to the minors.
That's it.
Holy shit.
It's tough, man, but
And do you see her like not falling for shit her friends are falling for? Like, do you see like the fruits of your labors?
yes and no. Yes, she don't listen to me. Like, when I start going off, like, she watches Friends, and she knows I hate that fucking show. So, anytime I can piss on Friends, I'll do it, and she just shakes her head. But she won't quit watching Friends. And I respect her for that. She won't go, yeah, Dad, it sucks. Fuck no, she's in there. And when I knock on the door, she's like, what are you doing, Friend? I'm like, Jesus Christ, close the door, Dad. That's it. That's it, yeah. Like, I say shit to her. She knows, man. They all know. We all knew our parents did creepy things. We might not even remember. You know your dad was a creepazoid. That motherfucker had Playboys in the basement. He hid them inside pizza cans and shit.
But I didn't know back then. But like now, I like
You put it
looking
together.
back, I remember smelling weed through
Yeah.
the heating vents.
That's it. You didn't see no this pornography collection. No, this
Babe!
Jesus
Jesus
Christ.
You took the wrong one.
There's no Diddy collection.
What?
But,
Don't play with me.
VHS tapes.
Yeah,
You know damn well you did not roll that
Of
blunt.
course,
I would rewind it back to where it was.
What?
What my blunt?
I took
Your
my
face
blood.
is
No, you
What you
didn't.
talking- Yes, I did.
I,
That's yours. I ain't
the
had no
big
red
face
shade.
problem with
No, you
my
didn't.
face.
This is your blunt right here,
No,
Caesar.
Let me see that.
Yeah, it was.
And
This
why
is
you
my
want to get
blunt.
your kids out there
With
smoking?
VHS
Why
The
you
kids
doing
ain't out
that?
there. The kids in their room chilling.
I'm
Watching
always home.
TV.
She
That's
gets
my
home.
blunt. This is your blunt.
I watch it
That
come in.
big wide part in the middle.
This
right
is
there.
yours.
Right,
This
sit
is
close
yours.
to
You
the
don't
watch
tell me I
and
was
try to see
smoking
what
this
she
today.
looks like when she comes in.
Fuck
And
it.
then I feed her
And
and
you
she does
smoking,
whatever the
give
fuck
it
she
to
Yeah,
wants.
so this is yours. I'm telling you. Mine was sitting over here chilling just like this.
My worst one, I would come home and look
No,
around and shit.
no, that's yours.
That's the worst thing for a kid. I used to find the creepiest things, you know, and then go, what the fuck? And then it's your fault for looking.
What you mean,
But like-
Gigi?
Do you also monitor like what she does online? Like, do you see her history and
My
stuff?
mother does more than
You
mine.
wanted to smoke my blunt. When you
My
see
mother
me
does.
pull it
I
out
don't
the
know what
snack
I'm doing.
can,
No,
you
I
like,
didn't.
yeah, I'm gonna take that shit and run out
That
there.
fucking part.
No, word of mine, I ain't know. I don't think like that, my love.
As I spoke to
My
her,
love,
she already
my
knew
love, I
about
don't
the
think like
situation
that.
that happened to her.
Look how this shit
So we're
look.
good.
I don't block
We're
my
good.
mouth.
We're good. You know,
I
I don't
knew
wanna-
my-
Right
I don't
there
know
smoking.
And my blunt was right
She
here.
went
And my
roadblocks.
blunt was
Now
right
we
here.
arguing on the live stream.
One of those, I don't know, I don't even know these roadblocks,
Yeah.
that's one of them. And they're all
It's
pretty.
gonna burn like
you know,
that 'cause
God,
the,
you men
Cause you
down
was
in
sitting
big
there in
games.
front of the AC, that's
So
what I'm
before she
trying to
downloaded the
say.
game,
You
my
took
wife called.
mine. This big wide
Don't tell
part
my
that
wife
you
where the
didn't
game-
roll that.
It's good for her to watch, it's shitty for her to watch. It's a fucking great
You
deal.
know, we wrote
Nice.
I just don't want to smoke.
That's awesome. It was great. It was great to see Terry too. It was just, she was so
But
happy.
anyways.
And yeah, the show was awesome. It took me like a minute, like, because I've heard from comics on podcasts talk about it like in bigger rooms like that. That like the sound comes back to you in a way. Like, and it was like I've done theaters with you. I like
People
Like,
stop
the
telling me
sound
about
just
what
came
you
back,
about to do.
like,
If you're
echoed a
doing
little
it,
bit.
do it. If you're not, just
And
don't do it.
it was. It took me a few minutes to
There
myself.
don't
And
have
then
to be
like
no big
towards the middle, I
announcement.
really started to have a lot of fun.
You got loose.
Yeah.
You see a lot of people like that. It's like when you walk into a club. You ever go, you're in park in New York City. You're like, oh my God, let's get to the club, Mickey. And you walk in, and all of a sudden you turn, and there's a fucking line of 800 people. And you're like, and all of a sudden it takes your breath away. Just the energy there goes, and you go, oh my God. And you're like, what do you want to do? Yeah, and all of a sudden you get irritated, right? Don't you get irritated right away? What do you want to do? You want to wait on this one? I don't know. Where's my friend Sebastian? Sebastian is nowhere to be found.
But to be honest with you, I don't know if it was just because we came in the back. I didn't see anybody. A couple people beeped at me as I was walking up, but that's it. I don't think I looked up because I don't normally look up at like a comedy show. Nick put up a Instagram story today of like the 4 tiers. I swear to on my mother's life, I didn't know there were 4 tiers.
You think I fucking knew?
I didn't look at
I didn't
shit.
fucking know. Were you there when the guy came in? He goes, would you like to look at our theater? And I'm like, nope.
Oh, I wanted
Because
to.
you put all this craftsmanship. He goes, you want all this craftsmanship? Yeah, I know. I don't want to shit my pants. If I
Before
go
the
out
show.
there now, I start judging. And what's that called? Where you
Right.
Yeah, you don't need to see shit. You just gotta be funny.
Right.
You wanna see something? Why not? Where's it cool?
It was so like
Yeah.
everyone there was so cool.
All that, listen, when I spoke to Lee this morning, we spoke about 9:30. I'm appointed at 10:30. And we spoke about all the variables. We spoke about, I forgot the material, the sound, the feedback. There was some other thing we discussed. And at the end of the day, I just wasn't prepared. You know what I'm saying? Like it was 2 weeks. I done a set the night before. I was still gonna come up with like 22 minutes of material. Obviously it didn't fucking work. I had to substitute to the B shit. But at the end of the day, I hate when comics say that. Well, the echo, it goes back. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Just do your shit.
Sometimes life can be a little messy. But with Oxygen Developed Performance Fabric at Ashley, now up to 20% off. We've got your whole home covered, so you can get back to what you love, the messes and all.
best mattress deals so you can get your best sleep. Only during the 4th of July mattress sale at Raymore and Flanagan. Save hundreds on top brands. Get $500 off Tempur-Pedic Breeze, up to $400 off Beautyrest Black and Stearns & Foster, $225 on Serta Perfect Sleeper X, and more. Or combined sale pricing with interest-free financing for up to 72 months. Mattresses are in stock and ready for free next-day delivery and old mattress removal. Don't miss 4th of July mattress deals at Raymore and Flanagan.
Do your shit.
And yeah, I got used to it. I think.
Well, you did great.
Well, thank you. It was a great show. Aaron Burr killed. He's so fucking
Did you
funny.
go out there and look at the theater before you went out there?
No,
Beautiful. And I wouldn't let you. We're from that old school. You need to see nothing.
no.
Like the Cubans said, no way now, ese culo. That means don't see nothing. Look at your ass. You want to see something? Look at your ass. Don't see nothing.
But it's. And I know what you're saying. I'm not because I hate when you think you didn't have a good show. People try to convince you did, but it looked like you were having a lot of fun out there for the whole time.
Look, I'm leaving the house saying to myself, like 3 or 5 years ago before the pandemic, what was fucking me up so much was I was going up there and saying I can't fail. That was the wrong attitude. It was go up there, have fun, and fuck him in the ear. What's that? Fuck him in the other ear. What movie is that? Fuck him in the ear.
Yo, I can't.
Goodfellas or one of those stupid movies. The point is that stand up is about going up there. Rockets out of my hand. As long as you're having fun, the audience is gonna have fun.
Right.
Right or wrong. Now, and I go, I can't believe there's 2,000 people showing up. They actually paid. Like, you have to, like.
I see hubby gonna give y'all a little cooking tutorial.
Somebody's finally paid me. Fucking plan. Go up and
You
pay
wanna give
money.
them a little cooking tutorial or you almost done?
You know what I'm saying? And now, for once, what do you have to be fucking sad about?
What you making?
Just cooking.
Just cooking. You about to make your own channel. He about to have his own YouTube channel.
My channel. Cheers. Yeah.
I told Nick make a joke. Before I went up. I didn't make it up. And the dog was talking a lot about starting out.
Now you see the chicken right here. It's got everything in it. Everything. This joint here is fire. Watch.
That's why it's like, and you have to argue stuff like
Look at this.
I already showed you.
Okay.
Put it back. Put it back.
I'm just saying it though.
You're supposed to smell it.
It smells amazing. Alright, don't come take over my channel now. I'm already jelly.
You gotta clean your fry out. Fry your fresh. Just tastes good. You taste the seasonings and not leftover stuff. You live there. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna take long to do this. That's how I do. at the same time. Can't real quick. Burn stuff off it.